investment industry can interact and grow. When you have the CFA charter, you're globally recognized. Take advantage today by writing the CFA exam and joining us at CFA Society Nigeria. For more information, visit us at cfasocietynG.org. CFA Society Nigeria, making finance a force for good.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria. Let's talk about money. Hello everyone and welcome to Money Talks. Money Talks is brought to you by CFA Society Nigeria. CFA Society Nigeria is right here promoting financial literacy in and around the country. Smart Uzechi is my name and it's so good to have you. And our guest on the program this evening is Frank Nnamka, CFA. Frank is a highly skilled senior consultant with solid experience in deal advisory, securities trading, and investment management. He currently serves as an experienced senior associate with KPMG Nigeria, one of the big four accounting firms in the world. Previously, he worked with WSTC Financial Services Limited, where he analyzed and traded stocks and bonds on the Nigerian Exchange Limited. He holds a first-class honors degree in accounting from Madonna University and a master's degree in accounting with a distinction from the University of Lagos. He is a CFA charter holder and the treasurer of the Board of Governors of CFA Society Nigeria. So let's say a big welcome to Frank Nnamka, CFA. Good evening to you, Frank, and welcome to the program.
Hi, good evening, Smart. Good evening, Lagos.
Yeah, good to have you. Thank you so much for joining. It's good to see you today. So together, Frank and I will be discussing on the subject, embracing financial security through insurance. Very important. Embracing financial security through insurance is what we're discussing on the program this evening. So stay tuned. We'll be right back to kickstart that discussion after this time out.
We are professionals. We are impact driven. We are CFA Society Nigeria, a member society of the CFA Institute Global Network of Societies. Our mission is to promote the highest standard of practice in the Nigerian financial services industry and provide a vibrant community for our members. The CFA Charter signals the holder's commitment to professional excellence. As thought leaders, we collaborate with stakeholders to ensure adherence to ethical standards, better education for professionals, and to build market integrity. We are the leading voice for advocacy in the finance and investment industry in Nigeria. To partner with us or become our member, visit us at cfasocietynG.org for more details. CFA Society Nigeria, making finance a force for good.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Money Talks. Money Talks.
Money Talks with CFA Society Nigeria. Let's talk about money. Welcome back to the program. Embracing financial security through insurance is what we're talking about on the program this evening. Do you have a problem with insurance? Do you have a problem with Nigerian insurance? All those myths about insurance in Nigeria, you bring it to the table this evening, and I'm sure Frank will do justice to them. Frank, let's start from the basics, really. Let's start from you telling us what insurance is and to tell us whether insurance has anything whatsoever to do with financial security.
Thank you, thank you, Smart. So, talking about insurance is basically a contract between two persons. Okay, you have an individual that may likely approach a company to say, okay, there's this element of risks I want to transfer that I don't want to deal with. So when we talk about risks, it may be you falling ill. It may be going out and probably a car bashes your car. Okay, those are risks that we have to deal with on our daily basis, daily routine activities that we carry out on a daily basis. So in order not to, when those events crystallizes, probably let's say you don't have adequate money with you to take care of those. That is also an element of risk on its own. So in order not to bear that burden, you can actually transfer that risk to a company to say, okay, this company should take over these risks. Anytime I'm ill, I don't have to go out of pocket to spend to get myself treated. I can just walk into a hospital because I've taken on an insurance. An insurance company will be the one to pay those bills for me instead of me paying out of pocket. Or let's say you drive out and a car bashes yours, or you bash on that person's car. You don't necessarily need to dip hand into your pocket to pay immediately. An insurance comes in to take care of that. But before that can happen, of course, you must have transferred a reward to the insurance company up front.
I was going to ask you. I was going to say, show me the insurance company.
Yes,
this insurance that I can just fall ill and they will pay for me. I'll buy somebody's car in this Lagos. I will go and take it to.
So usually, I mean, for a contract to be binding, both parties have to have that commitment, right? So the company has taken on, the insurance company has said that, okay, I'm going to take care of these risks for you. In return, you are going to pay me so amount upfront. So once you pay the amount upfront, let's say in January, I'm just painting an instance now, throughout the entire year you are covered, regardless of anything that happened, provided this for the risks that you have been insured for. So linking it now to financial security, all right? I mean, when, let's say, I didn't plan, because I mean, you can't tell when this risk will crystallize, right? You can't tell. Or I just step out now and I'm riding, I just bend down to pick my phone and I hit someone's car and I don't have anything on me, right? I mean, the person can drag me anywhere because I don't have anything to, if I don't have any money to settle at that point in time. But insurance kind of take that away from you. Even there are instances where people are falling ill and they go and start canvassing for money on the public domain for people to come to their assistance. But let's say they have that risks already covered. That gives them kind of financial security. They can take care of that themselves without necessarily going to the public or selling off their property. So it's a kind of protection when you take an insurance contract.
This insurance contract you talk about, do they have like types, maybe like types of insurance that people can take up for financial protection? And I'm sure it will have like categories, maybe for individuals, small firms. You've talked about health, you talk about vehicle insurance, also maybe fire or something. Just walk us through the types of insurance that there are, and whether you have them for individuals and for corporate organizations as well.
Okay, so I'll just split them into two buckets. Okay, for individual and then for corporate. There are different products, but I'll just try to limit them for the purposes of this conversation. Probably just paint 3 instances. For individual, the health insurance is there. Okay, you can have your family covered as a married man, you yourself, your wife, and your children as well. Take on health insurance. Anything that happens in terms of sickness, you can just walk into a hospital and the hospital will indemnify you. So that is what they usually call HMO, abbreviation. The health insurance. Okay, so that is one leg of it. For businesses now, let's say I'm a petty trader and I have my store somewhere, probably at Balogu Market, right? I mean, we've had instances where there are fire incident and people lost their goods. Okay, so and those happens from time to time. Anything can trigger fire at this point in time. So I can actually decide to take an insurance contract to indemnify myself, to say when this risk crystallizes, an insurance company will step in. So instead of losing out on my means of livelihood completely, I'll still have to fall back on something at the end of the day. Okay, so that is one bit of it, fire insurance for businesses. As well, if you as a business owner, you have 3 or 4 employees working with you, there's this fidelity guarantee insurance that you can take as well that can indemnify you against fraud losses. As in one of your employees decide to make away with your money or your capital, right? The insurance, that is a risk that is insurable. The insurance company can step in to indemnify. Taking it further, we can also look at burglar insurance. Okay, I close my shop at night, go to bed late at night, people come and open the store and make away with my properties here. If you already insured it upfront, insurance can as well step in there. So you can see how it tries to safeguard your source of wealth in an extent. I'm talking about individual and even businesses. They can also extend it to motor vehicle insurance as well. I mean, I drove down here. My car is fully insured. Should anything have happened in between, I could have gotten an indemnity from an insurance company. Or let's say you have a public transport, your source of livelihood, you are driving on the road, conveying passengers from one place to another, also as well, and take on insurance to motor vehicle insurance to indemnify you just in case you hit someone or someone hits you. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So the insurance services is part of financial services.
Yes, of course.
Sure. But if you look at that financial services subsector where the insurance companies are playing, it does appear as though the insurance services are lagging. And this is because of low penetration, really, because you see banks everywhere. Banks are even in local communities now. They're in villages. You see even the banks have diversified so much so that somebody with an umbrella and a table can provide banking services. But the insurance services are not readily available. They have not penetrated as much as the banks.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is like that?
So I'm going to take them under two. Just summarizing them. One, I'll say is culture within our space here, and secondly, I'll talk about awareness. So if I talk about culture, I mean, if I meet someone today and tell him, okay, why majority of persons may subscribe to motor vehicle insurance because it's regulated. Yeah. But what about HMO? If organizations are not providing it to employees or the average man on the street, they won't take it because they don't believe that people have this. How will I put it? To say, okay, by God's grace,
God is a mighty healer.
Exactly. Or by God's grace, it's not me, right?
It's not our portion.
Exactly. So, but I mean, these things can happen, right? So, being that culture is there, that batting is not for me, it's for the next person. Yeah. I mean, but everybody will fall sick at the end of the day. If you are too careful that you don't bash a car will bash you.
Yeah.
Okay, those are risks that we live with. So yeah.
All right. So okay, I get it now, because what you said is true, because like motor vehicle insurance, if it's not a requirement, if you don't have insurance, police can arrest you.
Yeah.
If they left it like HMO, I'm sure many people will not buy insurance because they will tell you, what do I need it for?
Exactly.
I'm careful, even if I hit somebody who can sort it out on the road. I see that now. You can be part of this program by calling us on the telephone 0700 923 923 923. That's the number to call, 0700 923 923 923, or you can call us on 0817 313 6193. That's 0817 313 6193. Today we are talking about insurance. Is a part of financial services, so we're dealing with insurance as financial security. If you have any question on insurance, whether you have subscribed or you're wanting to subscribe, you're having issues with your subscription of insurance, or maybe the insurance company indemnifying you, you can call us and ask us. Maybe the myths you have about insurance in Nigeria, you can call us and also tell us, because Frank is here to provide all the answers that you need. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp, 0817 313 6193. You can send a message there on WhatsApp, and we'll be taking your questions here as well. So Frank, let's go to this particular topic. We'll have a caller on the line here, 0817 313 6193. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Captain Smart, and good evening, Mr. Frank.
Yeah, hi,
good evening.
My name is Choma. I'm calling from Lekki.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you for reminding us that insurance is one of the ways that we can ensure financial security. I don't have a problem with buying insurance, but my challenge is the insurance companies themselves. Is there anything that is done to ensure that they keep to their promise? Like, we are all made to pay for third-party insurance, but if somebody bashes somebody's car, we all know that the insurance company doesn't do anything. And maybe because of the fact that when people also try to lay these claims, the bottlenecks, they don't even bother. So a lot of people don't bother. You just pay it because it's a requirement by law. So how can people be made to get benefit when they need to? That's one of the things that deter people from getting insurance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In fact, Frank, that's part of the question I wanted to ask you, because there's lack of trust, between the insurance service providers and those who are supposed to take the insurance. That's what we said about motor vehicle. If it was not mandatory, even myself, I don't think I will buy. So how can you bridge this trust gap between the people who are supposed to take up this insurance and the providers themselves? Because it be like some people find it difficult to get claims when they have issues, especially third party.
That's interesting. Okay, I mean, in Nigerian society, that as well, there's this general, if you like to cliche, that insurance company does not really come to people's aid when the risk crystallizes. But yeah, the regulators are there as well. The NICOM, okay. There are policies, there are regulation guiding insurance business in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, AMCON are the one issuing out those licenses, right? And I think there are also procedures for you to make claims. I mean, unless my motor vehicle insurance, have been able to make claims countless times just because someone bashed me, I bashed someone, okay, as well as my health insurance. I've not had any.
Okay, Frank, let's just take this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, Senior Captain. I greet you, sir.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, just a bonus promotion. Mr. Frank, good evening.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Yes. I've been hearing so much about insurance, and I think as far as Nigeria is concerned, the awareness is very, very low. You know, most times, especially in the area of marketing, you see those who are going to market insurance have not put their money yet in the bank. You are doing marketing. People don't like to take up that policy. I have two questions. Number one, you talked about different types of insurance. Does it mean that as a person I will have to register all these various types of insurance, car, fire, all of that? Is there not a single, maybe a total package that I can subscribe to, and I know that I'm covered for whatever eventualities that? Why do I have to be doing several kinds of insurance? That's number one. Then number two, this third-party insurance that they usually do on cars, I'm wondering, why is it mandatory? And who are the people that have an issue now with my car as a third party? Where do I go? As in, I don't understand. Is it compulsory? Can't I have my own insurance? Can't I do my car insurance by myself without having to go through third party that they will force on me? I don't know if you understand my question.
Yeah, I do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's start with the third-party insurance you mentioned. So in cars, really, there are two types of insurance. One is third-party, second one is comprehensive. Okay, for third-party, let's say you hit someone, the insurance company will really indemnify that person. Any loss you suffer, you're going to bear the burden yourself. But if you take comprehensive insurance, it covers for both you and the third party. Yeah. If there are damage on both sides. Generally, people usually just go with third-party insurance because it's low. The fee is low, just 15,000. In fact, before I used to be 5,000.
Yes.
Right. So
when they made it 15,000, people quarrel.
Exactly.
Say for what?
Yeah. So it used to be 5,000, and that is the cheapest. So everybody just go in and third party, without paying attention to know if there is anything, any other product beyond the third party. So people by default, once you approach an insurance broker, they will just by default recommend third party to you. Okay, but I mean, I'm making it open now that it goes beyond third party. They're also comprehensive. Those are that comprehensive now, depending there are standard rates out there. But Nnamka have said it's 5% of the value of your vehicle. And most as many people do that mass, the amount, moving from, just imagine a vehicle worth, let's use 1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, 5,000 to 50,000. Someone will just say, please just give me the lowest, which is the third party. So it goes beyond third party, please. You can swear, just make inquiry about the comprehensive, and it's there to cover you. Then to the second question where he talked about if there are split different products of insurance, here there are. You can take health insurance separately, even if you just want to take it on just you alone, or probably your wife is pregnant and you don't know what may happen, you just want to insure her, just her alone, you can do that, just health. If you want to take motor vehicle, you can do just motor vehicle. If you want to do fire insurance, so there are different varieties of insurance out there that you can subscribe to. It's not a bonded product that you have to. Once you take one, you're mandated to take others as well.
Like in this vehicle insurance now that it's like comprehensive, is for a 1 year period, right?
Yeah, you can actually do 1 month, 6 months. It's staggered.
And it's 5% of the cost of the vehicle.
That is what Nnamka has approved, but insurance companies have their rates, right?
Really? It can be higher than that.
It can be higher than that, yeah.
Wow. That's why people go for third party.
Exactly.
Because maybe you buy a car 5 million, you need to do 5% of 5 million. And you are still careful, right? You are still careful, and 1 year elapses,
Exactly.
No problem. You have to go
and you see that 5 million you mentioned, 5% is 250,000. So
Yeah.
someone is thinking, why should I part with that much amount of money? But then what you don't factor in as well is, let's say you drive that car here now and it catches fire and everything goes. The insurance company have to indemnify for that 5 million that you've insured the vehicle for.
Why? It's the money. A lot of people would rather cover their cars with the blood of Jesus, or put a sticker and say "Angels on guard, please keep off." Okay, he asked the second question. Really, okay, I think you have answered all the questions that he really asked, and then that of the other one that called.
Choma.
So
on that cross bridge, right?
Yeah.
I think people should, be able to speak. So there's usually something that happens here when you have the accident. People just assume the insurance company will not indemnify them. They'll just go ahead and do out-of-pocket expenses.
Yeah.
People don't follow through that process. Once it happens, take the picture. There are procedures. In fact, so you're taking the third-party insurance. Ask them what are the procedures for you to make your claims. But remember that third party does not cover it. It covers just the person you've damaged, you don't damage to. So just make inquiry of that procedure, follow it tejusly and see if they will indemnify you or not. If they don't, the Nnamka is there, the regulator. Escalate to them and you see that they will indemnify you.
Wow. So you have talked about a regulator right now.
Yeah.
So there's a regulator. This just reminds you, Money Talks is on the air. It's a lot of education right here. If you have a question or you have a contribution to make, you can call us on the telephone 0700-923-923-923, or you can call 0817-313-6193. Do you have insurance problems? Whether you're making claims or you're trying to buy insurance, you can actually call and ask Frank. He is the guru here. He can answer you. 0700-923-923-923 or 0817-313-6193. So, Frank, there is a regulator. You have mentioned the regulator here. I hear you have said AMCON like 2 or 3 times. And this regulator, what do you do, or what does the regulator do to ensure that these consumers are protected from sharp practices? Because I know that every industry would have their own, fraudsters there, people who cut corners. How does AMCON protect the consumers from, those sharp practices? And then the type of product that is called annuity, because people talk about annuity a lot. What are the uses of this particular product?
Okay, so let me start with NICOM, how they protect consumers. So first is there's no company that will move into insurance business without being licensed by NICOM. So NICOM has a procedure you have to follow. Those include capital requirement as well as standard operating manuals and all those stuffs. So once one is licensing, so once NICOM licenses a company to move into insurance, if that company should probably fail to indemnify if they fail to indemnify, let's say a policy holder, you can actually escalate to them and they will step in. Okay, and just to mention, that NICOM is National Insurance Commission. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So secondly, the rates that you see those insurance companies charge on their product, let's say car insurance, NICOM usually approve the rates. Okay, say if it's 5% of them, they make the approval and they give out the circular, so public are aware where the range are. Okay, in terms of pricing, so the insurance company will overprice you, and as well, they too are also protected from being undercharged as well. So then protection, basically, if you have any issue with insurance company, those are the people you should actually escalate to, and they will come to your aid. So talking about annuity, so this annuity, I'll speak to it in relative to financial security. Okay, so let's say for instance, something just happens. Okay, a windfall, a money you didn't expect, 10 million just slide in my account today, and I didn't have any plans for it at all, right? If I keep that, since I didn't have any plan, I can easily blow away the money within the next 1 month, right? So what I can do is I can subscribe to an insurance product called annuity. Meet an insurance company and tell them, okay, I have this money today, though I don't have plan for it, but I want to have a guaranteed stream of income every month, just like salary. They can say, okay, we'll take this 10 million from you, and you'll be receiving 80,000 every month for the next 10 years. That's an annuity product. Okay, so instead of having that lump sum of money that you don't have any plan for sitting in your account, and before you know, you blow everything off, right? You can actually subscribe to annuity. So annuity is closely related to, just like the pension you usually get, periodic stream of income that comes to you on a monthly basis. So you can do that. If you want it monthly, quarterly, yearly, you can start it the way you want, and
okay, so insurance companies can receive deposits.
No, not deposit. So it's a contract, right? You're giving them a lump sum upfront. I have this 10 million, I've got a million, I say I have 10 million, I want to buy annuity. They'll give you different, how the annuity works. Do you want it monthly, quarterly, yearly, and what the payment will be periodically, and you subscribe to what fits you.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a listener here who has sent a message. I'm not going to mention the name of this insurance company. It's a very popular one. And the person says that company, Frank, I'm sure you're looking at it in front of you there, is liquidated now. How can we get our claims in case insurance companies, like if I buy annuity now,
yes,
maybe that my 10 million, maybe it's my life savings. I buy annuity for 5 years and the insurance company is liquidated. Who do I go to?
Regulator, yes, please.
But they don't pay me all my money. They will do like NDIC as to banks, right?
Well, they have their procedures really, but I mean, the safest person to approach is the regulator. So they will take
this listener. Would they get all their money? Is it possible to get all your money in the event of liquidation? They will not.
Well, I can't answer that question really.
Okay.
It's not Nicom, yeah.
All right. Let's move quickly. If somebody has an experience out there with insurance, you can just ask us a question. Perhaps you have an experience, a life experience to share. You can actually say it with insurance, why you abhor taking or buying insurance. You can share that with us. And if insurance has also done you well, you can also share it, because I don't believe that everything is gory and everything is bad.
Yeah.
Some persons have benefited from insurance. I've heard people say, wow, I had a problem with my car and this insurance company gave me the car while they're fixing mine and all of that. So Frank, the last question I have for you here is about when people now take their premium, would it be taxed? Like if I make a claim for an insurance company, does that claim, that money that I'm going to get from insurance, is it taxable?
No, it depends really. It depends. So let's say for motor claims, ordinary is not taxable, because remember, insurance won't make you better off. They'll only take you back to the state that you were before. They'll make sure that you didn't suffer any loss whatsoever. Yeah, so they just put you back to the condition that you could have been. So those money are usually not taxed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. They don't make
But then, if there are some products you will subscribe to, I said for insurance company for insurance contract to be effective, you have to part with something, right? So they can take on that risk.
Yeah.
Let's say if you take on something like a life insurance, right, and you have tax to pay at the end of the day, the premium you've paid to the insurance company, you can actually deduct it. They call it tax deductible. Okay, so that will further reduce your tax rate. So beyond giving you financial security, it also reduces your taxable, the tax you have to pay at the end of your tax liability.
Just for the benefit of the listener, you mentioned life insurance.
Yes.
Is it so that somebody will not die?
No, not really. I mean, so what life insurance does, just bringing it home elementarily, right? I have dependent children, and just in case I'm not there tomorrow, I don't want anything to stop them from moving forward, probably in terms of education and other basic necessity of life. You can take on life insurance to any amount of money you want. If anything should happen to you, then those money will be paid to your dependent, basically, just to keep them going financially.
So on the final note, Frank, insurance, talk to somebody out there who is like having a double mind. Is this something I should do or something I should not do? If I give them this money and nothing happens, my money will just go like that. People have this mindset, and that's why people are doing third-party insurance.
Yes.
Can you just, in 30 seconds, just disabuse the person's mind because of that kind of myth? That's what we'll call it.
Well, I mean, if nothing else motivates you to at least create that trust for your own financial well-being as well, it's something advisable that you should go with it. I personally have had an experience where I wanted to park just in the office, and there was a pillar right behind me. I just ran into it, and my car got damaged. I placed a call, and within 3 days they came, they picked the car, they fixed it, and they brought it back to me. And at that point in time, I didn't really have, if I had to be the one to fix that car, probably I could have parked it for a very long time before fixing it.
Yeah.
I mean, so just for that financial well-being, especially in terms of health as well, something that is very critical. I mean, a healthy person is a worthy person. So just to keep mind and body going, I think these are products the public should be open to buying.
Thank you very much, Frank Nnamka, CFA. Frank is a senior associate with KPMG Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming on the program this evening. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Smart. Good evening, Lagos.
Yeah, that's our time on Money Talks this week. Many thanks to the team. Please join us again next Monday at 4:30 p.m. for a fresh package. Thank you for listening. Smart Uzechi is my name.